Today's passage is Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 11 through 19. Let's read together. The word of the Lord came to me. What do you see, Jeremiah? I see the branch of an almond tree, I replied. The Lord said to me, You have seen correctly, for I am watching to see that my word is fulfilled. The word of the Lord came to me again. What do you see? I see a pot that is boiling, I answered. It is tilting toward us from the north. The Lord said to me, From the north disaster will be poured out on all who live in the land. I am about to summon all the peoples of the northern kingdoms, declares the Lord. Their kings will come and set up their thrones in the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem. They will come against all her surrounding walls, and against all the towns of Judah. I will pronounce my judgments on my people because of their wickedness in forsaking me, in burning incense to other gods, and in worshipping what their hands have made. Get yourself ready. Stand up and say to them whatever I command you. Do not be terrified by them, or I will terrify you before them. Today I have made you a fortified city, an iron pillar and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They will fight against you but will not overcome you, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. Amen. We will share the message under the title, The Branch of an Almond Tree and the Boiling Pot. Since yesterday, we have been meditating on the book of Jeremiah, among the people in the Bible who understood the heart of God the Father most deeply. I wonder if it might have been Jeremiah. As you know well, Jeremiah is often called the weeping prophet. But what kind of tears were they? They were not tears from private sorrow or personal emotion. They were tears shed because he saw the sin-filled lives of God's children, and because he knew the heart of the Father, the heart of God, who waited and waited for them to return. In the Bible, Jeremiah often laments, when he saw the sins of the people of southern Judah, his own people, God's anger and discipline must have seemed completely deserved, and yet he had to proclaim with his own mouth, You will be destroyed by a foreign nation. That must have made his heart deeply troubled, uncomfortable, and sad. So lament naturally came out of him. Again and again we see Jeremiah unable to do one thing or the other, simply sitting down before God, weeping and lamenting. I believe we Christians also need to carry this heart of Jeremiah before our nation and our people. I hope that throughout this month of June, as we see the broken places around us, we will lament, entrust them to God, and pray. If you look at Daily Bible, you will find a very helpful summary of the whole book of Jeremiah. A professor I truly like and respect organized it in a way that is easy to understand. When you have time, I encourage you to read it and meditate on the whole book of Jeremiah. I believe it will be a great grace to you. Today's passage tells us about two visions Jeremiah saw. One is the vision of the branch of an almond tree, and the other is the vision of the boiling pot. First, the vision of the almond branch needs to be understood as a Hebrew wordplay. God showed Jeremiah two words with similar sounds, and through them revealed what he was about to do. The Hebrew word for almond tree is shaked. This word is made up of the same consonants as the Hebrew verb shakad, which means to watch, to keep, or to watch over. This is one of the helpful things about knowing Hebrew. Hebrew words are often built from three consonants, such as katav or amar. Depending on how the vowel points are added to those consonants, the word may become a participle or take a different tense. The point is that the three consonants are the same. Almond tree is shaked, and to watch or keep is shakad. In today's passage, the participle form of shakad, shocked, appears. God shows Jeremiah the almond tree and confirms, The word I speak from now on, I will surely keep. The word I speak from now on will surely be fulfilled. The second vision is the vision of a boiling pot. The pot is boiling, and it is tilted from the north. Through this, God is telling Jeremiah ahead of time that disaster will come upon all the people from the north. In verse 15, God explains what this disaster from the north will be. He will strike Jerusalem and all the towns of Judah through the kingdoms of the north. It is a prophecy about war. The text does not state exactly which countries these northern kingdoms are. It simply tells us that war will come and that the damage will be severe, so severe that the whole nation will suffer ruin. But through history already fulfilled, we know that this northern kingdom was Babylon. Around 586 BC, Jerusalem fell and the temple was destroyed. In that history we see that the word of prophecy was fulfilled exactly as God had spoken, just as he had shakad, watched over and carried out his word. Then what was the reason for God's discipline? Let us read verse 16 of today's passage together. Let's read. I will pronounce my judgments on my people because of their wickedness in forsaking me, in burning incense to other gods and in worshipping what their hands have made. Amen. God clearly says that the reason southern Judah would be disciplined was that they had abandoned God and worshipped other gods. In one word, it was idolatry. What kind of beings are idols? What can they really do? What kind of power or influence can they actually show? The truth is, they cannot. In verse 16, these idols are described as what their hands have made. Here we see the foolishness of human life. People make idols with their own hands, and then entrust themselves to those idols. By contrast, God is an entirely different being. God made us. So entrusting ourselves to God is, in a sense, completely natural and completely right. Idols and God are as different as heaven and earth, an idol made by human beings, and God who made us. Idols and God are different in quality, completely and entirely different. Yet people often confuse this. They went ahead with idolatry, and so God's judgment was declared. Beloved friends, what about us? Are we living a life entrusted to the Creator, or are we leaning our lives on things that are nothing more than created things? There was a news report yesterday. A woman had collapsed in a large subway station in the middle of downtown Seoul. In her shopping bag, they found it filled with narcotic medications. She was someone who worked at a hospital. I thought wandering the streets like a zombie under the influence of drugs was something that happened only in other countries. Even when I was studying abroad, if I had to pass through a large train station at night, I could easily see people smoking something strange, with their eyes completely unfocused. But now those things are happening in our country too. This kind of situation is no longer unfamiliar here. Leaving the Creator and relying on created things is exactly like this. People lean on those created things hoping they will solve their problems. But instead of solving the problem, they create a bigger one. They end up destroying the whole life. When modern people rely on money, connections, or people with power, that may be no different from the idolatry of the people in Jeremiah's day. Placing created things in the place of the Creator God is one form of idolatry. I urge you to rely on God. He fulfills exactly what He has spoken. He keeps exactly what He has shown ahead of time. He is the God of Shakad, the God who watches over and keeps His word. To those who rely not on idols that are only created things, but on God the Creator, God gives this promise. Let us read verses 18 and 19 together. Let's read, "Today I have made you a fortified city, an iron pillar and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and the people of the land. They will fight against you but will not overcome you, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord." Amen. God will make those who rely on Him firm like a fortified city, an iron pillar, and a bronze wall. This is because God watches over and keeps them. He is the God of Shakad. And no matter what kind of powerful people oppose them, they will not be able to overcome those who rely on God. In fact, all the powerful people appear here, kings, officials, priests, and others, but they will never overcome those who rely on God, because God keeps them, God is with them, and God rescues them. Beloved friends, God is the one who surely keeps what He has spoken. He is the God of Shakad. This same verb Shakad appears in a place we know very well, Psalm 127. I will read Psalm 127, verse 1. "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain." Amen. In the phrase, "unless the Lord watches over the city," the verb Shakad is used. No matter how hard the guards work, if God does not watch over the city, it is meaningless. It is in vain. God must watch over us. I bless you in the name of the Lord, that this ordinary day we live today may be a day watched over by the God who promised, "I will surely keep you." Do not rely on what people have made. Do not lean on people. Do not lean on empty things such as power. Instead, rely on the Creator, the God who surely keeps what He has spoken and who desires to keep us. I bless you in the name of the Lord that this day may be a day kept by God, a day when God delivers you from difficulty, and a day when God is always with you.